How's it going, you guys? So I literally just woke up probably more like an hour or so ago. Drank my coffee real quick, and I'm going to get some amazing videos done and out of the way before I start my training for the day. Mind you, I generally wake up, I drink whatever morning beverage I drink, usually caffeinated, and I go straight to training for 3 to 4 hours for jiu-jitsu and martial arts. I do a combination of strength and I do skill training. About 2 hours of skill training, 1 hour of strength and conditioning. And if I have the time in the evening, I'll do another 2 hours of technique and skill. So today in this video, I want to talk a little bit about motivation. Okay, motivation is something that I have struggled with during certain periods of my life, and I struggled with chronic procrastination for a very long time. And I've overcame it, I've conquered it, and I believe everybody has to constantly, battle procrastination and constantly reinvigorate their motivation over time. Even the most successful, quote unquote successful people who are, performing well and achieving a lot of things, or hardworking individuals, even they have to constantly overcome a tendency for procrastination, and they have to remind themselves, they have to reinvigorate their motivation over and over again. That's what I believe. The very first thing is, I think a lot of people, they want things to just kind of like feel natural, feel normal, feel flowy. And they live in this fantasy land where they think that everything's just going to be like effortless. And I think that there could be some truth to that you can make things feel a lot easier than a lot easier than they are. I think a lot of people do kind of deal with a lot of resistance and butting their heads up against things that just don't work. And I think that that's a big problem in most people's life, is that they're kind of on a path that doesn't inspire them. And I think that that's actually a huge part of motivation, is you need to be on a path that inspires you. But I also think that a lot of people are just plain lazy, and they don't want to put effort, they don't want to put action in anything. So the first thing you got to understand is that motivation does not precede action. Motivation succeeds action. So what that means is, you're not going to feel motivated if you don't do the thing you're trying to be motivated towards. You're not going to feel motivated till after you already start. So for example, when I first started jiu-jitsu, which is a martial art, I started off feeling super hyped up. I was like, yeah, I want to do it, blah blah blah. And then I got to jiu-jitsu and I did it for a week. I was all hyped, and after the hype train kind of died down, this is common for most people, I started to realize how fucking hard it was. And after the first week, I started to notice there's a lot of resistance to going to class. Now the thing is, this is actually normal. Everybody feels this resistance when they realize the reality of what they're doing and the hype dies down. People, they go onto YouTube, they try to start a YouTube channel and they're all hyped up about it, and they realize, well, damn, I'm not getting any views or subscribers or likes. And then they start to make all sorts of justifications for why it's a waste of time. Like, oh, I just feel awkward talking to a camera. Oh, I just, I'd rather focus on people in person, and all these justifications, when the reality is you're discouraged because you're not getting the instant gratification that you want. And justifications are the voice of the devil, my friends. In regards to jiu-jitsu, for me, I recognize that, I know how motivation works, and I recognize that small changes become big success over time. And so for me, when the hype train died down in jiu-jitsu, I immediately reminded myself of the small wins. Every day, just the fact that I'm going to jiu-jitsu and I'm staying consistent, especially during times of doubt, it's a positive thing. And so, you know, after a while of actually just doing the thing you're trying to be motivated to do, what happens is you get better at it. It feels easier, and basically there's the concept of neuroplasticity. It's a fundamental concept in psychology. Things like cognitive behavioral therapy deal with it, where basically you recognize that your behavior and your actions and your thought patterns and pretty much everything that you think is you is dictated by your habits over time. And the more you do something, the more your brain actually wires yourself to do it. And so what that means is, if you don't feel like going to jiu-jitsu right now because it's hard, if you just make it a habit and you force yourself through for the first couple weeks, after about 4 weeks of just consistency, the same resistance every day, it'll actually feel natural. It'll actually feel effortless, and you won't have that resistance anymore. And this, I believe, is the main problem as to why, like, so many people, they live a life of complacency. Like, this is what I think is the problem with chronic procrastinators and people who are wondering how to create motivation, is they don't understand how that type of thing works. Like, no amount of motivational videos or inspirational lectures or anything like that is going to, like, catapult you to action. And if it does, it's going to be short-lived. You don't want to wait till you feel like doing something. You want to do something more and more until you start to feel until you start to feel like doing it, okay? Until you feel comfortable with it, until it feels natural, until you're not, like, scared of it anymore. So that's the big thing, is building momentum. You know, you've got to take action towards what it is you want to be motivated to do. You start to notice you get better. You start to calculate the little wins. You start to notice, like, you're getting a little bit better, right? And you focus more on, like, the deeper meaning behind it. Like, in regards to YouTube videos, a lot of people, they think they're not having an impact on the world because they only have, like, 20 views on their videos. But if you realize that if just one of those views is somebody that you changed their life forever, well, then those 20 views make a huge impact in the long run. So focusing more on the larger, on the bigger picture of things, that one person watching your YouTube video could literally change the world because you changed that one person's life. Those 20 views, they mean so much more. But most people don't look at it that way. They look at quantity rather than quality. And they look at, like, oh, I'd rather work with one-on-one or whatever. Or, there's a variety of different ways that it manifests itself as. And I've had a friend who wanted to become a YouTuber, put it in his Instagram page, and he called himself a YouTuber, told everyone about it, and he does this with everything. And he made a couple videos for 2 weeks. And he bought a $2,000 camera. He bought a $9,000 a drone to fly up over the city or whatever to record his video for him. But he never recorded a video after buying all that equipment. And I kept asking, like, what's going on with that? Why? Like, it made no sense. You spent all that money and invested in a nice camera. Here I am I recorded like 1,000 videos. I got almost 8,000 subscribers now. And people watch me even though I'm recording with this camera, this, like, phone. I didn't need, like, a fucking professional grade camera. I understood if I just record videos every single day, I'll get better at it over time. I'll get more comfortable talking in front of a camera and not really caring, not giving a damn. And it's it's what I'm recording rather than what I'm recording with that matters. My message matters more than, how much I spend on a damn camera. I know that I will make so much more progress recording videos every single day, while, my friend is, spending all this money on an expensive camera, maybe making one video a month, if even that, and, giving up because he's not getting the exposure he needs. Like, people focus too much on things that don't matter. They allow themselves to become defeated before they ever even get momentum. And I mean, it's a really simple fix. You just gotta sit down, be honest with yourself, stop bullshitting yourself, and reflect on it. And so my friend had said the reason why he doesn't produce videos on his YouTube channel is because his videos aren't perfect enough. And his girlfriend at the time told me that he had like 12 different videos sitting on his computer hard drive that he's edited. He spends hours editing these videos. And he basically meticulously recorded and edited and clipped together these videos, but never posted them. And his girlfriend had said it's because they're not perfect enough. They're not good enough. And can you imagine spending $10,000 on camera equipment and a drone, and for a YouTube channel that you tell everybody about, and you even call yourself a YouTuber on your Instagram page, and every time you meet this person, they're talking about videos, they're recording you in videos and stuff, but they don't actually ever produce content. To me, that sounds like mental masturbation. And I think that that's another huge problem, is so many people, they just want to play the part. They don't actually want to do anything. Most people, they're infatuated with the idea of things rather than the actual thing that they're trying to do. And obviously, you're never going to be taking massive action and getting results if you're trying to act and play the part without actually doing the thing. And so that is really just a lack of awareness on what your intentions are, really. And when you realize that you're kind of just wanting to feel like you're doing something rather than actually doing it, it's easy to let go of the resistance. I just want the feeling of being a YouTuber, the feeling of being a martial artist. I don't actually want to be the actual thing. It's a lot easier because then you're not constantly trying. Oh, why am I not motivated? Oh, well, that's why, because you don't actually care about what you're doing. So, honestly, I didn't really make this video the way I actually really wanted to, but I wasn't talking about exactly a thing, but I do this a lot, and that's fine. And I know that a lot of people probably listen to this and get a lot of value out of it, so this was not the 10 steps to motivation that I wanted to make, but yeah, hopefully this gives some insights into people. I'm gonna actually make the real motivation video here now, but I'll post this one up too. I spend a lot of time just kind of thinking out loud on camera, and most people I think follow me that actually subscribe to me, they like these videos the best because it's not just herb videos and stuff you can get from Thomas DeLauer or something or whoever. Alright, so post your question, comments down below. Build some momentum, take action, and then after you start to see progress, you'll want to do it more. You'll see internal motivation. You'll feel better about it. You'll start to get more inspiration from actually doing the thing, seeing the results in the mirror, seeing the results in your business, seeing the results in your skills. You'll have less resistance, and then you'll wonder why you spent so much time watching motivational videos and reading books about how to get motivated.